Hey YouTube, I'm Jack, and this is Raw Tropical Living. Thanks for joining me today. Wow, we're almost at the end of the week, and it's almost the 4th of July, although this is going to be a much different holiday this year. No plans here. I'm just going to continue to clean the house a little bit in preparation for my house guest coming Monday. Looking forward to that. Probably will finally start making some food when I have somebody to make food with. But anyhow, today we're going to talk about raw food diet basics, some quick tips to get started. Guys, if you're not already subscribed to the channel, please go down and hit that red subscribe button now. Then click on the little bell and check send notifications so you'll stay subscribed to the channel and know when I have new YouTube videos that come out. I've been getting a lot of questions on Instagram lately, just basic stuff. There's always seems to be somebody starting this lifestyle, and I've had a few people in the last week that are telling me they've done it 3 days in a row, 4 days in a row, and that's nice. I like to give them something to encourage them to keep moving on. Now, once again, this is always a disclaimer I should make. This is just for me. This is just how I do, my opinions, what I've done for myself for 8 years, and I haven't fallen apart yet. I mean, I'm not setting the world on fire, but I feel good every day, and I'm an old dude, so it's worked pretty well. But disclaimer, I guess it's possible that any time the wheels could come off the bus. But anyhow, do with it what you will. All right, the base for me, and I just recommend it because it's easy to keep it around the house. It's easy to always get to. Fruit. Make fruit your base. And you know what? You can eat as much fruit as you want. You're not going to overeat fruit. Now, if you're eating a lot of garbage, here's the one thing people are always saying: well, you can't eat fruit because of this, or you can't eat fruit because of that, or fruit will make you gain weight, or it gives you some sort of when you eat fruit, it bothers your stomach. You can't eat all the fruits you want if you're still eating the garbage from a standard American diet, or even if you're eating a lot of processed food on a whole food plant-based diet, or on a plant-based diet, the processed stuff. You can't eat a bunch of garbage and then eat all the fruit that you want. But if you're eating clean, if you're starting to eat clean and you're starting to do this lifestyle, eat all the fruits you want. I've eaten every bite of fruit I've wanted for the past 8 years. The day I started this lifestyle, I started eating fruit and I haven't looked back. So eat as much fruit as you want throughout the day. I would say as much as possible. I'm not in a place, well, we're in summertime. This is the time of the year I do get some seasonal fruits around here, the watermelons, the blueberries, different things like that. But the only thing I would add about the fruit is when possible, always eat what you have in your area that's in season. That's the best. I miss the days in Costa Rica when everything was in season all the time, and I could just be like, oh, do I want papaya? Do I want pineapple? Do I want mango? Do I want this? Do I want that? The good old days. But yeah, eat that fruit. And here's the last part of the fruit bit. At least no matter what you do, no matter how much fruit you eat, it's going to be so much easier to do this lifestyle if you just eat fruit until lunch. Start your day with fruit, at least go up until, your midday meal with fruit. It's just a nice way to ease yourself into the day. It's easier to digest than, fruit's the most easily digested. Maybe one thing I would say before you start eating your fruit is just get some hydration in. Now, I'm doing a little bit of both. In these summer months, I hydrate every morning with watermelon juice. Every morning I have at least 64 ounces. Most mornings I have 96, but hydrate. If you don't have watermelon juice around, drink water. And even with that watermelon juice, I'm not a fanatic about food combining, but when I drink my juice, I wait at least 45 minutes or an hour before I eat after that. I don't like to combine anything with melons. Greens. The next thing on top of the fruit, if the fruit's the building block for me, then I advise getting in as much greens as you can. You're probably never going to get enough greens. I don't feel like I ever get enough greens. One day I'll be out of this, or one day I'll be out of that, or this day I'll eat a lot, and then the next day I don't eat as much. Eat as many greens as possible. Big salads, green smoothies. That's one of my best delivery systems for it right there, because I can get a lot of kale in because I always blend. I stuff as much kale in as I can. I blend. I stuff as much in as I can and blend again. So I get as much. I really get those greens in, but like I say, I don't get enough. I supplement with this product called Daily Green Boost. I know a lot of people out there, oh my God, products and powders and this, and I'm mostly like that. I'm very, very skeptical of powders, but Daily Green Boost is an organic barley grass juice powder that I've been using for close to a year now on a regular basis, and I feel like it gives me that extra of the greens that I'm not getting enough of, if that makes any sense. So get those green smoothies in. I'm telling you, that's a good way that's a good way to just stay satiated. When I make a green smoothie, my typical green smoothie is probably like 7 or 8 bananas, as much kale as I can stuff in there, a couple of tablespoons of the Daily Green Boost, and then I'll usually put a little bit of cacao in there for flavor. So I've got my greens in, plus I've got a lot of calories. That's going to stick with me for a long time. That's something to drink or to even take with you, because you could nurse that for quite a long time if you're in the car moving around or whatever. But get those greens in. Those greens are key. The fat. Don't go nuts on the fat. I don't want to be one of the fat Nazis here and be like, oh, you need to eat 10% or less, or 5% or less, or don't add any overt fats. I think a lot of people fail on this lifestyle because they get a little too restrictive on the fat, and most people can't do that. Now, I can do that. I just don't think it necessarily serves us. I've gone through a lot of different periods. I've gone through experimentation. When I was living in Costa Rica, I did lots of long periods where I added no overt fat. I remember one time when I was living on the mountain that last year where I didn't add overt fat to anything for a month, maybe 3 weeks or a month. Now I was zinging after that. I needed some fat to ground me because I was just, nothing but fruit, like a lot of energy all the time, and I just needed a little bit more fat. So I just say do a reasonable amount of fat. I'm not going to put a number on it. I probably stay anywhere from 10 to 20% fat. Probably if I just had to pick a number year round that I stay at, I'd probably be in the 10 to 15% range. Sometimes I go higher, sometimes I go lower. But like I say, you don't have to be nuts, but don't go nuts with the fat either. In fact, I do this all the time. I go to YouTube just to kind of see what's out there, and it's the same videos that keep coming up. And I'll search raw vegan, raw food diet, and there'll be people that will come up that are huge, and I look at their recipes, and I'm like, there's just so much fat in that, and they always have problems too. Even some of the big people, they're constantly, oh, well, this isn't working. Well, you're eating too much fat. Don't eat all that fat. And one last little word on the fat, though, is be sure you pay attention to the omega-3s. Like, people think, oh, I can't, have any issues. Like, there have been people that have heart attacks. They've eaten well, but they, simple things like not getting a good enough ratio of omega-3s to their omega-6s. So you want to get those. There's so many reasons to get those omega-3s in there. I eat hemp seeds a good bit. I eat chia seeds, but I also supplement that one. I take a vegan omega-3 supplement too, because I take that one very seriously. So that's all I'll say about the fat. And I'm going to bring something up that I mentioned. I can't remember if it was in the last video, a couple of videos ago or whatever, but the last big beginner's tip right here is start early. Eat early. And eat and satiate yourself. You want to start the day strong. Yeah, I did say that because I used that old cliche. Breakfast is the most important meal of the day. Well, it is in a certain way because it kind of sets the tone. If you get behind, if you don't get enough breakfast, or if you don't satiate yourself in the morning, there's just so many ways that can go bad between, a bad snack in the middle of the day. In other words, you're just going to be you're going to be holding on for the rest of the day. If you start strong early on, eat a good breakfast, eat fruit, or make a smoothie, whatever, for breakfast, that's going to do a lot to carry you throughout the day. And like I went on from there, always stay ahead of that hunger. But anyhow, those are just some real basics right there. But it just seems like a lot of people aren't even doing the basics. I'll try to help somebody. Like, somebody will send me something and I'll answer their question, and then they'll tell me, well, I did this. And I'm like, well, you asked me, but you didn't do it. So, you got to do this. You can't just keep reading about the raw food diet. You can't just keep watching videos. Nobody else out there, me included, is going to be able to tell you how to do it for you. You got to do what I did, though. You got to get in there and experiment with yourself. You be in charge. Don't have somebody else, not me included. Once again, don't have other people that are like your guru or you're waiting for them to tell you what to do. Get the information from a bunch of different people. You hear me there? Get your information from a bunch of different people, even that might contradict each other, and then you decide what works. Try it out in your body. This is your laboratory right here. Try it out in your body. See how you feel. Keep what works, discard what doesn't work, and just keep moving along like that. You learn as you go. It's not about being perfect. I doubt, I mean, if we could get a statistics on this, I doubt there's probably, even people that are successful on a raw food diet, on this lifestyle, I bet it's less than 1% that just started doing it and took to it and did it perfect. You're going to make a lot of mistakes. You're going to do things the wrong way, and you'll learn from there. But anyhow, hope you guys enjoyed that one. If you like it, please give me a thumbs up, and I'll see you this weekend. Peace.